What are the various one mark questions? For a first order reaction, A gives B. You can take your book, you can take 1 mark questions, and you can start referring that. For a first order reaction, A gives B. It is a first order reaction. Order 1. The rate constant is given as x minute. Rate constant is given as x minute per minute. Rate constant unit is time inverse, therefore x per minute. If the initial concentration of A, that is A naught, initial concentration of A is 0.01 molar, that is mole per liter. Molar or mole per liter, both are same. Mole per liter, mole per decimeter cube, everything same. After the concentration of A after 1 hour is given by the expression. After 1 hour, T 1 hour. After 1 hour, what will be the concentration? That's asked. All right. Here, rate constant is given minute inverse. Here, time is given in hour. Therefore, both should be with the same unit. But of course, in the answers, if you see, everything is given in the form of e power something. That too, sometimes it is e power minus 60 also present. Therefore, probably time they might have converted into minute. That's why the term 60 is coming in. All right. Probably it may be the case. That's what we have assumed. And it is a first order reaction. Therefore, minute inverse. We have converted time also into minute. The asked thing is what is A. So let us use the expression for first order reaction. K is equal to 2.303 by T log A naught by A. This is the expression. But here this 203 expression is introduced only for common logarithm. We need natural logarithm because answer we are finding in the form of e power. Therefore, preferably this may be ln and this 2.303 not needed. So this is also the expression for rate constant of a first order reaction. K is equal to 1 by T ln A naught by A. K is given. What is it? X minute inverse. All right. And what is T? 60 minute. And ln A naught. What is the value of A naught? 0.01 mole per liter. Let it be 0.01 divided by A. This is what they are given. They are asking the value of A. The value of A is given in terms of e power something. All right. So that point we have to remember. Now, since it is needed, this area is we need ln A naught, that is 0.01. It is 0.01. It need not be square bracket divided by A. Square bracket A. Concentration of A. That is the meaning. Is equal to. I have kept this as such. I moved this here. 60x. 60 minute into x minute inverse get cancelled. Therefore, 60x only. Upon taking anti-logarithm on both sides, it will become e power something. It is natural logarithm. When I take anti-logarithm, it will become e power something. Therefore, 0.01 divided by concentration of A is equal to e power 60x. We need A. Therefore, concentration of A is equal to, concentration at time t is equal to 0.01 divided by e power 60x. Whether we are getting this answer, let's see. E power, yes, we have got e power minus 60x. This value they are given in 10 power minus 2. 0.01 is nothing but 1 in 10 power minus 2. All right, it is 1 power 10 power minus 2. When it is taken over to the numerator, e power minus 60x, that's all. So this is the answer given. They might have given in different ways. The answer might have been given in different ways. We have to match. So option C is found to be the correct answer. This value they converted into 1 in 10 power minus 2. When it taken over to the numerator, it becomes e power minus 60x. All right. Then let me go into second question. Second question. A zero order reaction, X gives products. Zero order reaction is X gives products. All right. It is said to be a zero order reaction. With an initial concentration of 0.02 molar. Initial concentration 0.02 mole per liter. That is the meaning. Has a half-life of, this has the half-life of 10 minutes. Now, if one starts with the concentration of 0.04, again if the initial concentration happens to be 0.04, what would be the half-life period? So we got an idea over half-life period. What is it? Half-life period is independent of the initial concentration for a first order reaction. T half is equal to 0.693 divided by K. It is a constant, it is also a constant, therefore half-life period is independent for a first order reaction. For first order reaction, half-life period is independent of the initial concentration. What about zero order reaction? For a zero order reaction, it is zero order reaction, it is given a zero order reaction. Zero order. That's what given. Question number 2, a zero order reaction. They have started a zero order reaction. Alright. So T of is equal to 0.39 0.693 or 0.693, whatever it may be. And for zero order reaction, its half-life period is equal to, it is depending upon initial concentration. In what way it depends? It depends on the concentration, initial concentration, directly proportional initial concentration divided by 2K. This is how it comes. T half is equal to A naught divided by 2K. That means it is directly proportional, it is a constant. It is a constant. Therefore, if we go in for proportional, T half is directly proportional to initial concentration. That is the meaning. If it is directly proportional to, if the concentration is doubled, T half is also doubled, it is 20 minutes, that's all. When it is doubled, T half is also doubled. Alright? We can also solve the sum if you want. I can substitute here 10 and T half may be, 0.02 here, T half may be 10 minutes. That may form equation 1. In the first case, when T half is equal to 10 minutes, A naught is equal to 0.02 divided by 2K. Let it be equation 1. And equation 2 may be T half is 20 minutes. T half is asked. You may not be knowing T half is equal to 0.04 divided by 2K. If I divide 2 by 1, I will be getting T half is equal to 20 minutes. 2K and 2K get cancelled. If I divide equation 2 by 1, what I will be getting? T half is equal to 2.04 divided by, here T half divided by 10 is equal to 0.04 divided by 2K into 2K divided by 0.02. Because when I divide, I have to multiply the reciprocal. When the 10 is taken over there, it is 2K get cancelled, 20 minutes. So I can solve the sum like this, or else I can easily say T half is equal to A naught by 2K. It is nothing but T half is directly proportional to initial concentration because it is a constant. Alright. So this is how we can solve second sum. The answer, what is the answer number? 20 minutes is the answer. Then third sum, every sum will, every question, just a direct question they have avoided. As far as the present book, they have avoided direct questions. But in the examination, you may get direct questions or this type of application-oriented questions. Among the following graphs, they are given 3 types of graph. You can refer. It is just a parable they are given like this. A curve they are given. ln k versus 1 by t. A curve is they are given. And ln k versus t versus 1 by t. They are given a straight line with a negative slope. Of course, it touches here. And third one, they are given ln k versus t. They are given a positive slope. This is how they are given. And both the B and C, both this as the option they are given. Among the following graphs, showing variation of rate constant with temperature, that is 1 by t versus 1 by t. The one that exhibits Arrhenius behavior over the entire temperature range. Alright. The one that exhibits Arrhenius behavior over the entire temperature. That's what they asked. So what may be? K is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. That that is Arrhenius equation. They have mentioned Arrhenius behavior. Dependence of temperature on reactant rate or rate constant is well explained by Arrhenius theory, and the equation showing Arrhenius theory is K is equal to A into e power minus Ea by RT. It will be activation energy. So if I go in for ln is given, let us take logarithm on both sides. ln K is equal to ln A. When I take logarithm, I will be getting minus Ea by RT. This is the equation. Logarithmic equation. Natural logarithmic equation. This is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. Y ln k, x 1 by t, x 1 by t. This is the equation for a straight line, and therefore we cannot get a curve. Alright? It is a straight line. Therefore either we have to get this straight line or that straight line. This is straight line with negative slope. That's what here given here. Y is equal to mx plus c. The slope is negative, and therefore it should be like this. This is the value of slope, Ea by R. So option B is correct. Now next question. For a first order reaction, A gives products. Mostly they will be concentrating on first order reaction. Sometimes they will be going in for zero order reaction or different order reactions. For a first order reaction, A gives product. The initial concentration is x mole per liter. Initial concentration x mole per liter. Has the half-life period of 2.5 hours. For the same reaction with initial concentration x by 2, if the initial concentration happens to be x by 2 mole per liter, what is the half-life? So it is a first order reaction. Very beginning they are given it is a first order reaction. For a first order reaction, half-life period is independent of the initial concentration. Whatever may be the initial concentration, half-life period is 2.5 hours. We have seen in pharmacokinetics, half-life period of paracetamol is found to be 2.5 hours. That is, even if I have 100 gram, to convert 100 gram into 50 gram, it needs the 2.5 hours. Half-life period is 2.5 hours. Suppose if I have only 10 gram, to convert 10 gram into 5 gram, again 2.5 hours is needed. If I have only 1 gram, to convert 1 gram into 0.5 gram, 2.5 hours is needed. So that is the speciality of first order reaction. First order reaction is independent of initial, whatever may be the initial concentration. To convert into half, this is the time. To convert into half, this is the time. To convert into half, this is the time. So the answer may be again 2.5 hours. Alright. So C option. For the reaction, the fifth question. Fifth question. For the reaction, 2NH3 gives N2 plus 3H2. If minus d of NH3 by dt is equal to K1 NH3, concentration of NH3, d of N2 by dt is equal to K2 into NH3, concentration of NH3, and for DH2 by dt, it is given as K3 into molar concentration of NH3. This is what given. Then relationship between K1, K2 and K3 is asked. What is the relationship among the three? That's what they asked. You may be knowing the equation. What is it? Rate of this reaction may be given as minus 1 by 2 df NH3 by dt. Because 2 moles of NH3 are present, the number of moles have to be divided to get the equal rate, which is equal to df N2 by dt, which is equal to 1 by 3 df N2 by dt. So df NH3 by dt is 1 by 2. Since it is a reactant, the concentration get reduced, therefore minus sign. Here we are using plus sign. Now minus df NH3 by dt, this value alone is equal to K1. So minus of K1 into NH3. This I am replacing. This is equal to this part minus this part is equal to K1 NS3 is equal to this part is equal to K2 NS3 and this part alone H2, this part alone dH2 by dt, this part alone K3, therefore 1 by 3 remains as such K3 NS3. So we have replaced d of NS3 by dt by this one, d of N2 by dt by this one, and d of H2 by dt by this one. So we got this one. NS3 get cancelled. All right. When we compare rate is equal to this much, they get cancelled. And what will be the ratio? Minus also get cancelled because minus 1 by 2 here also minus. Therefore minus get cancelled. Now if I multiply by 3 or multiply by 6, I'll be getting 3K1 is equal to get whole number I am multiplying by 6. 6K2 is equal to 2K3. Am I correct? I multiplied by 6. Therefore 6 by 2, 3K1, 6K2, 6 means 6 by 3, 2K3. So that may be the answer given. So in the option, no such option is available. Instead, it is divided by 2. So 1.5 K1, 3 K2, K3 is equal to K3. That's what they are given. This is option number C. 1.5 K1 is equal to 3 K2 into K3. We might have multiplied the equation by 3 itself. If it is multiplied by 3, you might have got this equation. That's what the answer C. The decomposition of phosphine on tungsten at low pressure is first order. It is a first order reaction. Decomposition of phosphine into phosphorus and hydrogen in the presence of tungsten, surface of tungsten is said to be first order at low concentration. What does it mean? This is because rate is proportional to surface coverage. Rate is inversely proportional to surface coverage. Yes, rate is proportional to surface coverage. When the concentration becomes higher, rate may not depend on the surface coverage because full area may be covered by the phosphine. Thereafter, it may not depend on the concentration. Now it is depending on the concentration. Therefore, rate is proportional to surface coverage. Wherever it is first order reaction, rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. Being gaseous substance on the surface of tungsten, it depends on surface coverage. All right. So A option. Then 7th question. For a reaction, what is that reaction? Rate is equal to K into acetone to the power 3 by 2. Concentration of acetone to the power 3 by 2. Then unit of rate constant and rate of the reaction. Unit of rate constant as well as rate, both they have asked. Always rate of a reaction is rate of change of concentration, dA by dt or dx by dt, whatever it may be. Change in concentration, mole per liter or mole per decimeter cube, divided by time interval, maybe second. So the unit will be always mole per liter per second, mole per decimeter cube per second, mole per liter per minute, mole per liter per hour, whatever it may be. Some time unit, concentration unit. So concentration unit divided by time unit, that is always unit for rate. So mole per liter per second, mole per decimeter cube per second, likewise. What about rate constant? Rate constant depends on order. Rate constant depends on order because rate constant, rate is equal to K into something. Rate is equal to rate constant concentration of something reactant to the power n, where n is order, n is equal to order. Here n is found to be 3 by 2. As a general rule, if for some other reaction also I can explain now. Rate constant K is equal to rate by concentration of reactant. Instead of A, let me say concentration of reactant to the power n, where n is order. What is the unit for rate? Always unit for rate is concentration unit per time. Therefore, mole per liter per second or mole per decimeter cube per second divided by, here concentration of reactant mole per liter only. Concentration mole per liter to the power n, where n is order. What will happen? When it comes to the numerator, you will get the unit mole per liter to the power minus 1. Here already we have 1. Already we have 1 here, 1 minus n per second. Likewise only you will be getting the general formula to find out the unit for rate constant is, so unit for rate constant of any order reaction, any order, for any order, rate is always this one, rate constant this one, always this one, 1, when it go over to the numerator, minus 1. Since it happens to be order 3 by 2, here we have to place 3 by 2. That's all. You'll be getting the answer. What is it? Mole per liter to the power minus half per second. In other words, mole to the power minus half, liter to the power 1.5 or 3 by 2, whatever it may be. 1 into, so 1.5 per second. All right. So this is how you'll be getting the rate. Minus 1 into minus half, it is only minus half, I think, plus half. All right. 1.5 plus half. So liter to the power half, mole to the power minus 1 per second. All right. So that is the option available. And where is the option available? You have to find out. So always mole per liter per second for rate. Rate is given at the second one. Mole per liter per second is found only in option B and C. Among them, we are getting per mole liter to the power half per second we are finding in option B. So option B is the correct one. Mole to the power half minus half, liter to the power half per second. All right. So that is about rate, unit for rate constant and the rate for a reaction where order is 3 by 2. As per this equation, they are given order as a 3 by 2. The next question. Question number 8. The addition of catalyst during a chemical reaction alters which of the following quantities? Enthalpy, activation energy is the correct answer. All right. So when the reaction, it is progress of the reaction. Potential energy, progress of the reaction. Progress of the reaction. The reaction goes like this. For exothermic reaction, reactant, product. The product will have lower energy. Even though it has lower energy, it cannot travel like this. It has to cross the energy barrier. The barrier height is said to be energy of activation. When we use catalyst, the catalyst uses some other path to reach this place. Reactant one place, product one place. To reach this place, there is a hill or mountain, whatever it may be, we have to cross, we have to climb over, and then only we can reach here. That is the process. But if you use catalyst, what is happening? A tunnel may be found between, and therefore activation energy is reduced. It is because of catalyst, it is just sufficient to cross, the energy of activation is reduced. It makes some other path in between the mountain, the tunnel is made, and we can travel. Likewise, a catalyst finds some other path, it reduces the energy of activation, therefore rate is made faster, it reduces activation energy. So option B. Question number 9. Consider the following statements. You are asked to consider, few statements are given, you are asked to consider the statements. Increase in concentration of the reaction increases the rate for a zero order reaction. For a zero order reaction, increase in concentration of the reaction increase. No. Zero order reaction means it is independent of, see, only half-life period is directly proportional. Don't get confused. For a zero order reaction, the rate is equal to rate constant into molar concentration of A to the power 0. It is independent of the initial concentration. And therefore, for a zero order reaction, increase in concentration of the reactant will not have any influence for a zero order reaction. All right. Rate will not depend on the concentration of reactant. That is zero order reaction. Therefore, first statement is wrong. All right. For half-life period, of course, it is directly proportional to initial concentration. Don't get confused. For a first order reaction, half-life period is independent of initial concentration, but rate is directly proportional to initial concentration. Now, rate constant K is equal to collision frequency A if energy of activation is equal to 0. K is equal to A into e power minus Ea by RT. Alright. Rate constant K is equal to collision frequency when E is equal to 0. If it is 0, e power 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, K is equal to A. This is correct. Second point seems to be correct. Third point, rate constant K is equal to collision frequency. A, if Ea is equal to infinity, K is equal to A into e power minus Ea by RT. When Ea becomes infinitive, it will become 0. So the whole term will become 0 and Ka, it is wrong. They are given rate constant is equal to collision, it is wrong. Third one is wrong. A plot of log K, ln K versus T gives a straight line. Fourth point, the plot of ln K versus T, no, ln K versus 1 by T, because the equation will become ln K is equal to ln A minus Ea by RT. So 1 by RT, the graph of ln K versus 1 by T gives a straight line with negative slope. Here they are given ln K versus T and therefore it is wrong. ln K versus 1 by T RT may give a straight line only, but a positive slope. A plot of ln K versus T 1 by T RT. 1 by T will give this type of slope. Alright. So if it is straight line, that is also correct option only. Fourth option is also correct. Plot of ln K versus 1 by T gives a straight line with negative slope, but T will give a straight line with positive slope. Let us go into fifth point. Plot of ln K versus 1 by T is a straight line with a positive slope. No, it is not positive slope, it is negative slope. ln K versus 1 by T gives this type of a graph. So it is wrong. So 2 and 4 may be correct option. No such option given. The idea is that this option ln K versus 1 by T, they are given T, gives a straight line with negative slope they might have given, that becomes wrong. They might have meant like that. A plot of ln K versus T we won't take, because as per y is equal to mx, it is 1 by T. So y across x means ln K versus 1 by T only will give straight line. That is the universally accepted fact, and therefore they consider this as wrong statement. So only correct statement is considered as second statement. Rate constant K is equal to collision frequency A if Ea is equal to 0. Alright. Then 10th question, next question. Next question. So just let me try to complete up to say 12 or 13 questions. In a reversible reaction, the enthalpy change and activation energy in the forward direction are respectively. Enthalpy change delta H is given as minus x kilojoule per mole. That shows it is an exothermic reaction. Only for exothermic reaction, delta H value will be negative. Alright, that's what they like to give. And activation energy of activation is given as y kilojoule per mole. Enthalpy change they are given, activation energy they are given. Therefore, energy of activation in the backward direction. So we should draw a graph. Alright. Potential energy, progress of the reaction. Potential energy, progress of the reaction. Since it is exothermic, the energy of product will be lower. That is the meaning. This may be the graph. This height is said to be energy of activation. And the energy given out, how much energy is given out? This is delta H, enthalpy change. Energy is given out, which is given as minus x. It is minus x and it is y. Alright. Now the question is, this much, the difference is x. The difference is x. This height is y. Suppose if it happens to be a reversible reaction, it becomes reactant, becomes product. Reactant becomes product. The graph goes like this. Just the reverse I have drawn. What will be the question is, what will be the energy of activation? Energy of activation is this much, x plus y. The minus need not be considered. Minus to give out the energy they have meant. The difference is x, this is y, therefore x plus y is the energy of activation. Alright. So answer is B. What is the activation? 11th question. What is the activation energy for a reaction if its rate constant doubled when the temperature is raised from 200 Kelvin to 400 Kelvin? Alright. So when the rate constant is doubled, what is the activation energy for the reaction if the rate constant is doubled when the temperature is raised from 200 Kelvin to 400 Kelvin? So Arrhenius equation, K is equal to A into e power minus Ea by RT, and the logarithmic form of the equation is log K is equal to log A minus Ea by RT. Alright, am I correct? If we go in for logarithmic form, it will become 2.303 RT, because to convert natural logarithm into common logarithm, it has to be multiplied by 2.303, 2.303. If it is divided, you will be getting this equation you know very well. And log K1 is equal to log A minus Ea by 2.303 RT1. This equation we have derived already. Log K2 is equal to log A minus Ea by 2.303 RT2. This equation you have derived. And if you subtract 2 from 1, 2, log K2 minus log K1 is equal to log A minus log A, get cancelled 0, minus Ea by 2.303 RT2 minus of minus Ea 2.303 RT1. Alright. K2, K1. I have taken K2 first, K1 next. So this minus this. Now log K2 by K1 is equal to log A minus log B is nothing but log A by B is equal to, let this come first, Ea by 2.303 RT1 minus Ea by 2.303 RT2, which is equal to Ea by 2.303. I can take out Ea by 2.303, R is taken out, 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2, which is equal to Ea by 2.303 T1 T2 T2 minus T1. Alright. If I take the common term LCM T1 T2, here you will be getting T2 minus T1. This equation you know already. Of course, I tried to derive only to make you to revise once again. That's all. No intention behind that. Nothing else. No other intention. Alright. So you know the expression log K2 by K1 is equal to Ea by 2.303 or T2 minus T1 divided by T1 T2. What is asked here? You are asked to find out activation energy. Ea is asked. So I have to keep this. All other things you may be knowing. At 200 Kelvin, when 200 is converted to 200 Kelvin, rate constant is doubled. K2 is equal to 2K1. Rate constant is doubled. T1 is equal to 200 Kelvin. T2 is equal to 400 Kelvin. When temperature is made 200 to 400, rate constant is doubled. K2 becomes 2K1. That's what they are given. Now, what is Ea is asked, and R value they are given, you should know. Even if it is not given, you should know. What is the value of R? 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. You should know this value. It is joule, not kilojoule. Now, this I can substitute log 2K1 by K1 is equal to Ea by 2.303 into 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin into T2 minus T1 200 400 minus 200 Kelvin. All right, T1 T2 200 into 400 Kelvin into 400 Kelvin. 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 4 2 into 8 80,000. Am I correct? Kelvin square Kelvin and square get cancelled, so simply Kelvin. 200 2 zeros I can strike off. 2 by 400 2 by 800 400, that's all. 1 by 400. Now log 2k1 by k1 get cancelled. It is just log 2 is equal to EA by 2.303 into 8.314 into 400 Kelvin, and the Kelvin get cancelled, therefore joule per mole. Now we want EA. EA is equal to log 2. What is the value of log 2? 0.3010. I said already. Those who are learning chemistry, they should know the logarithmic value for 2. It is 0.3010 into 2.303 into 8.314 into 400 joule per mole. That is the answer. Unit is joule per mole. Now I said already, approximately 3 into 8.314 gives 25. 3 into 8.314 gives 25. But here 0.3, therefore 2.5. 2.5 into 2.303 into 400 joule per mole. All right. Now 2.5 into 400. 2.5 into 4. 2.4 10. 10 into 100 1000. So 2.303 into 1000 joule per mole. 1000 joule means 1 kilojoule. Therefore 2.303 kilojoule per mole or 2303 joule per mole. That is our answer, approximate answer. So the answer is found to be question number 11. Question number 11. For question number first option, 2305 joule per mole. 2305 joule per mole. That is the option. Then I think with that I can stop 11th question. Remaining we can, I think we can complete by tomorrow in the next class.